Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an absolutely amazing day, and I'm thrilled and excited to be joining with you. Such an honor, especially during the holiday season when we can be pulled so many directions and we feel it coming. It's so important that we remember to stop, pause, take some breath in, and choose to be poured into so that we can move forward in a purposeful, mindful, meaningful way, even during the holidays. And in fact, I believe by doing that, we can bring some of the magic of the season and the sparkle of the season into our life, and we can be a carrier of that in a beautiful way. So I just celebrate that you leaned in, that you said yes to you today and to us, and the opportunity to connect in heart, spirit, and soul together. Today, we have a special series. This is part 2 of our series. If you didn't get a chance to listen to part 1, the replay is available. We encourage you to lean in. And we've been talking with authors and contributors for our upcoming book. It's going to be launching on December 3rd. I want to make sure everybody puts that on their calendar. Tuesday, December 3rd, this powerful book will be available. And it's called The Animal Legacies. And we're so excited to have so many amazing stories and chapters that have been included in this book. We know it will uplift you, it will encourage you. It's perfect times for a holiday and a great gift that will support and encourage people. The stories within this book are so encouraging and meaningful and uplifting as people that were led to share about how animals have powerfully impacted their life. And we say animals because not all the animals that are in this book are what we would call pets. There's a whole range of animals that have touched so many people's lives. And so this book is a collection of those. And my hope and desire in leading this project as the compiler is that we're able to expand the conversation we have around animals and really stop and recognize the power that they have in each of our hearts and each of our lives. So I know you're going to enjoy hearing from our amazing authors today as we lean in, learn more about them, learn more about what they have learned and been impacted by animals in their life. And as you're sharing and connecting in, I want you to think about how animals have impacted your life. What is the way they have touched your heart, reminded you of an important truth, encouraged you, empowered you, loved you? What are some of the ways they have powerfully touched your heart and life? And this is an opportunity for us to acknowledge that, to connect in, allow that love, support, and truth into our heart and life. And how can we reach out and touch an animal's life too in a positive, supportive, loving way, and open our heart and home to room to allow more animals in, more ways they can touch our heart, our life, and our spirit. So I know we've got an amazing show lined up. I'm very excited to have you connecting in. And as we do that, those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Keep your eyes open, but you're inwardly tuning in and connecting in with us. Those of you who are able to, let's put both feet on the floor. Feel it supporting you. Take a breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, like through a straw. Great. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And keep breathing. Beautiful. This type of breathing helps lower our stress levels, brings us mindfully, purposely present so that the distractions kind of fade away as we're breathing. It brings oxygen to every cell of our body, which gives us clarity of thinking, which is a beautiful thing. And it helps nourish us as we bring oxygen uplift every cell in our body, and it feels great. So breathe that beautiful air in. Wonderful. And close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And as we connect in, I want you to take a moment and think about, what is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage you, empower you, uplift you? What is it that you need to support you on your journey today, that you are willing to receive because you have choice? What is it that you need and are willing to receive? See if it shifts the answer and the information a little bit. Being unattached to how, in fact, looking forward to being wonderfully surprised and the unexpected way that how can be met. You're looking forward to being surprised by it, on the lookout for it. Beautiful. Keep feeling in. Receive that information. Great. Let's come back fully present to the room. Eyes open. Take another breath together. Wonderful. And we're going to go around our virtual room here and connect in with our amazing authors and contributors to see, when we took a moment to stop, pause, and listen, what was laid on their heart. So as we do so, Betty Ann, I'd love to start with you. What was laid on your heart when we took a moment to stop, pause, and listen?
What came to me was to be open to the messages that I might receive in new ways that I hadn't expected. This is a season where I feel like we're doing, and I have a lot of work and all that kind of thing. And, oh, wait a minute, there may be, I might be missing something the universe wants to tell me. So that's what came to me.
I think that's so beautiful. What an important reminder to be looking, to be open, and not so busy and distracted as we can get. So that's beautiful. Beautiful reminder. Thank you. How about you, Aeriol? What was laid on your heart?
Oh, man. So what I heard while you were saying that was, miracle, it's going to be a miracle. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't need a miracle. I'm so blessed. And then what I saw in big lights before my eyes was love, Rebecca. Love. It was really nice.
Oh, bright, big letters so we don't miss the love.
Yeah, okay.
So important. And being open to miracles, and at the same time, stopping and being grateful and recognizing the blessings that we have in our life too. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. And listeners, how about you? When we took a moment to stop, pause, and listen, was there a message that was coming forth? Something you heard, something you felt, something that touched your heart when we took a moment to stop, pause, and being open, as Betty Ann said, and listened? What was being laid on your heart? As we get ready to go to this first commercial break, and those beautiful commercials are playing in the background with information and updates we want you to be aware of, we want everyone in the loop, I also want to give you the opportunity to stay present and really listen to what is being spoken into your heart and to your spirit. Sometimes it can come in that quiet whisper. And if we're so busy and distracted, we can miss that encouragement, that wisdom, that insight. So let's take a moment and go deep, really listen to what's being laid in your heart and spirit, and enjoy these 2 minutes. And when we come back, we'll be continuing our conversation. We'll talk to you in 2 minutes.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel. Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you gave yourself that opportunity to stop, pause, breathe, be fully present, and listen to that still, quiet voice. And what is it speaking to your heart and to your spirit? And I'm going to encourage you to write down these insights, write down what was laid on your heart in the opening segment. That helps you start to bring it forward and bring it into reality and keep it top of mind. There's a powerful connection between your handwriting and your heart, and it can help you tap in even more powerfully and gain additional insight. Plus, it helps you keep it top of mind because we can get easily distracted and miss those wonderful answers and insights that are right in front of us. So I encourage you to do that. We are enjoying connecting in with two of our amazing authors and contributors to the Animal Legacies, a book that will be launching in Kindle on Tuesday, December 3rd. I want to make sure everybody marks it on the calendar. And this is why that date's so special. When we launch the book, we make it available on Amazon for a special introductory $1 US dollar rate. So it's a wonderful opportunity to add this to your library or stock up on holiday gifts, something you can share and people can enjoy in a really powerful way. And we're looking to reach as many hearts and hands as possible around the world starting on Tuesday, December 3rd. So the first 24 hours, we're going to be offering it for that special rate. So make sure to watch for that. We'll be sharing it out on social media. And today you're going to get to know a couple of our amazing authors and contributors to this powerful book. So with that, I'd like to start with Aeriol. So Aeriol Ascher, I want to introduce to you, and just you've got to connect with her on a heart level. She shared the message she got in the opening segment about wanting miracles and bringing those in, but at the same time feeling so blessed and joyful, and that huge reminder of love, that we are so loved and needed in this world. So Aeriol is a #1 international best-selling author, speaker, performer, podcast host, metaphysical teacher, healing master, and intuitive guide. She has a master's in religious science and a doctor of metaphysical doctoral degree. There we go. She's been helping people for over 25 years and is absolutely passionate about empowering you to take things to that next level, and together we can raise the vibration of ourselves and around the world. Please lean in. Warmly welcome the powerful Aeriol Ascher to the show. Welcome!
Woo-hoo! What an introduction, Rebecca. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
You are so welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here. And you were so called to be part of this project. Not only did you write 1 chapter, but you were called to write 2. So I love that. And I'd love for you to share why this particular project called to you, why you leaned in and said yes.
Well, I had been wanting to dip my toe into writing, Rebecca, and I went to your event, the Grandmother Legacies, and while the women were all talking up there, my grandmother sort of showed up, and she was a writer, and she always told me that I should write the stories of my animals, because I'm very close to my pets, my animals, and one of my pets in particular, Easter, she loved his story. But I just thought, oh, okay, Rebecca made a compelling offer, and I just dove in. But then it became kind of a task. I was like, oh my God, I have to write this chapter. I got a little bit in my head about it. I didn't know what angle to write. And then unfortunately, Rebecca, my dog Easter passed away. It was traumatic. And, you know, with all of that emotion, that chapter came flying out of me. And that chapter just came flying out of me. So I just went with that. So that's why I double dipped, because it cleared so much energy. It cleared so much energy for me, and actually really helped me through my grieving process. So it turned out to be a great project for me to heal myself, Rebecca.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And that particular chapter about Easter is just so tender, and it touches your heart, and beautiful, and it makes you laugh, it makes you cry. Like, it really goes to your heart, and you share so openly and beautifully in it. So thank you for leaning in, saying yes, and I'm so glad that that chapter and bringing it forward really served you too. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. Yes.
Absolutely. And then you mentioned you double dipped. And so I wanted to just share with our listeners, not only did you write a beautiful story about Easter called Easter's Story, you also were led to share another chapter as well. Do you mind sharing the title of that too?
Not at all. That one is called Force of Nature. And in my heart, I kind of call it Easter's Revenge. You'll have to read the story to find out why. But it is a lot about the healing process and springing back from the loss and being brave enough to open up my heart again to a new member of my family, Twinkie.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it, and we're very honored to have you as part of this book and this powerful collection that we get to bring forward. Love it.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. And then we have an amazing writer who also leaned in and was helping in pulling together this book and the project. She was helping me get some of my words together. I was led to do multiple chapters as well, Aeriol, so I understand being pulled and called to do that. And Betty Ann, our next amazing guest, was really helping me in pulling together my thoughts and organizing them so I could bring them forward powerfully. And she was so touched by the book, she leaned in to be our forward writer. And so I have invited her here to share today. I know you'll enjoy meeting her. Let me share a little bit about Betty Ann. So Betty Ann Green is a content marketing specialist, a concierge copywriter who helps heart-centered business owners give voice and purpose to their marketing messages. She has over 40 years experience in marketing communication and writing and graphic design. Her experience includes working for the New York Times, League of Women Voters, Cleveland Orchestra, different political campaigns, and book authors. She is passionate about helping make a positive difference in the world. Can we lean in and warmly welcome the powerful and gifted Betty Ann Green? Welcome to the show.
Woohoo! Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks, Rebecca.
Absolutely thrilled to have you joining us. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about why this project called to you. I know on our last commercial break, you even got additional insight into that. So I'd love to share what about this project called to you and why you leaned in and said yes.
Yes, you're right. I'm still breathing this in. Talk about looking for those messages from the universe and miracles, instant. First of all, when you invited me, I was absolutely honored and thrilled to write the foreword. So I was really appreciative of that and loved. Of course, I got a sneak peek into many of these chapters, so I could write something intelligent in the foreword. And I really. Boy, there are just some really wonderful ones and opened up for me the idea of animals even more broadly. I mean, a teaser or a spoiler alert, there are imaginary animals involved here and pets and, as you said, animals observed and all of that. And now I realize one of the reasons I leaned in is that my adult son, this is many years ago, was diagnosed with bipolar disorder at the age of 12. And the message I just got were the animals in his life saved his life. There's no question, and I know he would say that as well. So that's what just came for me.
Wow. Yeah.
So we had cats, we had a dog. I remember we had, I think the count of hamsters is 23. A lot of hamsters.
Quite a few.
Oh my goodness! His bedroom it looked like a little red plastic Disney World, with all the hamsters running around. But I remember just the comfort. When he couldn't handle the world, he could handle the love, the unconditional love of animals, and to bury his head in their little furry necks and, taking care of them. I think taking care of his pets and his cats took him outside of himself in a really, really healthy way. So, that's what just came to me. And I do believe that's true for animals. As you said, Aeriol, the ways of, they can help us heal. Very true. So I just realized that's really what drew me to this project.
Thank you so much for sharing. That is so beautiful and so powerful, and I'm so glad you leaned in and said yes, that it called to you, and you got to weave your energy and some of your stories into ours and into this powerful project. We're very honored, and I thank you for leaning in, sharing, and saying yes.
Thank you. I'm thrilled that I was able to. Yeah. And the stories, I will just say that I have a list of 10 people I will be buying the hardcover for. It's probably growing. So many animal lovers out there will just absolutely enjoy this book. So So my list is growing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And because you've had an opportunity to read the chapters, and as a whole, there's such a different range of personalities and perspectives and how they share and connect with their animals, or the animals that have inspired them. I know I experienced that there's just such a range, and it's so individual, yet I was uplifted and inspired by each story and chapter that was shared. I don't know if that was your experience as well, Betty Ann, but I'd love your thoughts on that.
It absolutely was. I was surprised and pleased at, yes, the creativity. Yes, every chapter was really different, even one from the perspective of the dog. Mm-hmm. I thought that was interesting. Yes, very much so. And, I wanted to share, too, a quote that I included in the foreword, sort of says it all to me. And it's, until one has loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened, by Anatole France. And that's what this book feels like to me.
So beautiful.
That it offers.
I'm just breathing that in with you. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And we are getting ready to go to our next commercial break. So that was perfect timing, perfect sharing. Thank you, Betty Ann.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it all works out perfectly. So listeners, as we get ready to go to our next commercial break, I invite you to really think about what Betty Ann just shared, what Aeriol shared, and really tap into what messages or memories or insights are coming to you. Where are you being called to connect more with animals in your life, or those perhaps that are crossing your path consistently? What are some of those messages that are being given to you? And where is your soul is asking to expand and connect? So take these 2 minutes, process, breathe, integrate, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. We were having so much fun connecting behind the scenes here. We almost missed the cue coming back, enjoying that time of connection. So I hope as we continue our conversation, you'll feel that connection and that joy, and what an opportunity is and what a privilege it is when we have an opportunity to really connect in heart, spirit, and soul and enjoy that, embrace it, and share from that space. So that's where we're coming from, and just took it to another level behind the scenes there, and a complete joy. So we're very excited to continue talking with you and connecting in as we talk with our amazing authors and contributors for the Animal Legacies. Again, that's coming out on December 3rd. Which is a Tuesday, and we'll have that special $1 rate, so be watching for it on media. It'll be released on Amazon, and we're just thrilled and excited to be bringing this book forward. And here's something exciting about the book as well. This book is so powerful, it actually inspired additional things that we're going to be sharing out as well. So not only are we creating this powerful book, but we're creating a companion journal that has little footprints in it, paw prints, that gives you room to write, connect in, and hear those messages, whether you're doing it alongside this powerful book or you're using it to help you connect in with those beautiful animal messages and soul messages that are coming through. So be watching for that as well, to be announced soon. And then we're also creating a wisdom deck of cards where many of our authors have messages that they wanted to bring forward. So we're creating an animal deck, an animal wisdom deck of cards, also inspired by this powerful book. So I can't wait to see, as it goes out into the world, all the other things it will launch and create, because it's on a mission to really touch people's hearts and help us all connect in with animals that are in our life on a deeper and deeper level. And I'd love for you, Betty Ann, if you don't mind sharing that quote one more time. I think that's a great way to continue our conversation.
Sure. It's by Anatole France, and it is, "Until one has loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened."
So thank you very, very much for sharing again. Yeah. And here's an opportunity for us to awaken more parts of our soul around the world, which helps us connect in, raise the vibrational level of all of us, and become more of who we are called to be, and bring that forward in our life. And as we continue our conversation with our authors, I know they shared a little bit about their chapter titles, and they touched on a little bit of their journey and leaning into saying yes to this book. And I wanted them to give you a snapshot, a sneak peek of what you can look forward to experiencing in their chapter 2, so you get a little bit of a taste. And even Betty Ann's forward has some beautiful shares and insights in it as well. So Aeriol, I'd love to start with you. Do you mind sharing your chapter? We'll do one at a time, so you can choose which chapter title you want to list first, and something they can look forward to experiencing or discovering. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the Easter story was my grandmother's favorite story. Unfortunately, it came flying out under duress when I was in grief. But it really, truly was when my grandmother was alive, her favorite story, and she always prompted me to write it down. And something that I have to share with you is that I thought, I should write something more important, and I really kind of. And after I share about my second chapter, you'll understand there was really a lot of healing that went on here, because I was like, who would read or who would want to hear about this story? It's a whimsical story. I think our readers will really, really enjoy it. And it's absolutely true. And it's absolutely true that my grandmother loved it. But the second story, The Force of Nature, is really about how animals really enrich our lives and give us unconditional love, and has more of this sort of metaphysical tint to it. Because, I mean, it's a miraculous story how Easter comes to me, but then how I healed myself and how I followed my own intuition and messages. That's really about what The Force of Nature is about, Twinkie's little story. Oh, my gosh, that little one is a force of nature. She has so much energy. She's a ball of energy. Oh, my gosh, I was wondering, what the heck did I do to let this dog into my house? But I just absolutely love her, that high frequency, high voltage. But I think that something I wanted to say, not even about the chapters, maybe in Twinkie's chapter you get this a lot, but animals teach us about loyalty and compassion and self-esteem and everything. And I talk a lot about this stuff with Twinkie's trainer. She's quite the little personality, and so is my other dog, Ziggy, at PetSmart. And I've got a whole, we were talking about who we were going to get hard copies for. I got a whole slew of ladies at the PetSmart who are all ready for hard copies of the Animal Legacies. But it's really great. I love, right? I know, Betty Ann, and I just love your son. I mean, I love all the I had gerbils like that. I love all the hamsters you were talking about. But they connect us to nature, right? They connect us to the oneness and the love and the nature, the all is one concept. Being connected that way to animals really, really connects us to our own humanity.
It does.
I think and I think that anybody that doesn't have animals in their lives, whether that is a pet dog or a pet cat or a purple dinosaur, whether any of those things.
Spoiler alert, right? Spoiler alert.
I didn't mean to be so. I didn't mean to be so explicit, but I just listened to the last radio interview and it was cracking me up. So
I love it.
Anyway, my chapters. I just want my chapters to really talk to people on that level. I mean, I went through a metamorphosis of what I even thought about involving the book. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. And as Betty Ann and now Aeriol has shared, there's a range of animals and creatures that are part of this book that have impacted so many of our authors. I appreciate you sharing. And for any of you who are wanting to create that list for the print version, that will be out a couple weeks after we do the electronic version. So do stay tuned and watch for that. It will be available on Amazon as well. But these chapters are so uplifting and encouraging. And then at the either woven into the chapters or towards the end of the chapters, the writers share tips, insights, and some even talk about, and I think it's so important, about grief. How do we move through that? How do we move in a positive direction if we have had loss of a pet? How do we shift into a great place? So I feel like this book really meets people where they're at in their relationship with animals, and it's so beautiful. I know it will touch and inspire each of you in amazing ways, and it will stretch you as well in how we perceive and look at animals, in imaginary and real, or is there a difference? We wonder sometimes in our lives, and the connection that we have, and the wisdom and insight that they give us. And Betty Ann, I'd love for you to share anything you'd like to add to the conversation, as well as give them a little bit of feel of what's in your forward as well, because I believe you shared some powerful insights and thoughts that you had as well in looking at the chapters in the book as a whole.
Sure. Well, the first thing I think about is, Aeriol, when you say animals in our lives, and and unexpected messages. One of the things I thought about as I wrote the foreword that's in the beginning are also the animals that we've read about or in movies or in television.
Yeah.
You know, the kinds of lessons they've given. And I'm going to date myself here completely, but like the show Lassie and Black Beauty and Lady and the Tramp, even though, you know, the animated Disney ones. So there is that really spiritual connectedness between us and the animals around us. I wish I did get to read all the chapters, and as I was writing this, I wanted to just say one thing about every single one. So I, at the risk of leaving anybody out, yes, there were a couple things that I noticed, and I might as well just read this, frankly. I say, within these pages are stories of animals who have shown their unfailing love, reliable friendship, unconditional acceptance, and tenacity. They're stories of animals who help us, and this is the quote from one of the stories, I actually don't know which, to pull us more deeply into the spirit of the nature world, unquote. And pets who are, another quote, divine mirrors for our souls, unquote. Yes, imaginary animal friends who kept a child company during lonely times. A loving pet who stood by protectively to keep a little girl safe in an unsafe household. Confessions of a self-proclaimed cat lady. And as you said, there were wonderful, and there are great tips too about how to about rescuing unwanting dogs and volunteering at shelters, or how to tune in to get heart to heart with your pet. That one was really cool. And as you might talk about, Rebecca, the interesting lives of crows. That gives you an idea. There's really a variety here. Again, all in their unique ways. And I loved having a piece of all of that and being able to be that little fly on the wall to see what's in this book.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. And listeners, I hope that you're being touched and inspired, and that your heart and soul is kind of opening up to some additional insights and downloads around how you're connecting in with those animals and messages that are in your life. We're getting ready to go to our next commercial break, so enjoy these 2 minutes and take a moment to really see what's being inlaid in your heart and your spirit and process that. Give yourself the moment to stay present. Breathe in, integrate, jot down some notes of what is coming to your heart and spirit, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's Not Just Talk Radio, hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-hosts Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing, packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click Register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes and you had an opportunity to gather your thoughts and insights. And I'm going to encourage you, as we bring our beautiful time of connection and show to a close, take a couple minutes at the end, 2 to 5 minutes, and give yourself a moment to stop, pause, breathe, integrate what is being spoken to your heart and spirit, and then take a breath so that as you go back out into the world, you're doing so in a centered, connected, purposeful way. It will make such a huge difference as you go back out into the world. So that's my extra credit bonus tip for today. I encourage you to do that. Also, please write on your calendar the date I hope everyone has memorized now. December 3rd is when this beautiful book will be available on Amazon for the special rate of $1 US. And we're so excited to bring it forward. Can't wait to share it out with the world. And we don't want anyone to miss out on that special deal. So make sure to be watching for that. It's called The Animal Legacies. It'll be released on Amazon on Tuesday, December 3rd. And then Betty Ann shared a little bit about this, and I wanted to just touch in on about the crows. And this book was so meaningful to me. We actually ended up putting together 4 different chapters within the book. And several of them about cats in my life and how they've powerfully impacted me, including the Tada cat, who really empowered me and taught me to really show up and be seen, and ways that you can do that aligned with how you're made. And then the chapter about the crows ties into one of my grandmothers as well. So Aeriol, I love that you shared that too. And my grandmother used to love watching these crows because they were so rambunctious and so full of life. And if you've been following our show for a while, you've heard me share about the crows, and you've even heard them in the background because we have this tree a couple times a year that they come by and share their beautiful rambunctious presence with all of us. And it always makes me think of my grandmother and the messages that I receive from crows. So really, I just am so honored to be in this book, to be part of leading this book and bringing it forward. And I can't wait for you to experience it and to go deeper with those animal connections and opportunities to connect in your life. I know they are wanting to connect in with you on deeper and deeper levels, and you'll be so powerfully impacted. And we hope that this book will support and serve you on your journey to go deeper and to soar higher in your life and in all that you do. So as we reflect back on our time together, I wanted to give each of our amazing guests today an opportunity to share with you something that was on their heart, a piece of advice, a tip, with you. And then for the author that you connected with, the speaker you connected with, I wanted you to be able to go in to connect with them on a deeper level. So I'm going to have them share with you how you can connect with them too. So with all of that, Aeriol, let's start with you. What is on your heart that you want to share and remind our listeners of as they get ready to go back out into the world?
I just want to remind everybody, Rebecca, to connect deeply with nature and to listen to not all the noisy sounds, but also the silence, and to connect with their animal friends. I think that it makes our lives so much richer. And we talked about it being such a busy time of year, and your animal friends are your best therapy. So use them. Yeah. That's what I want to share.
Beautiful. Thank you. And is there a tip? I'm sorry, that was your tip and reminder of going deeper. But how can they connect in with you further if they want to follow and get to know you more?
Oh, thank you. So they can connect with me at my website, AeriolAscher.com. That's AERIOL, Ascher, ASCHER.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. And then Betty Ann, what reminder was on your heart or tip or piece of advice did you want to give our listeners today?
I would say mine, well, no surprise, mine comes from the copywriter place of how we tap into our self-expression. And certainly for me, one of my biggest takeaways with this book was that I was really taking animals for granted, frankly, not really noticing. And I have a much different sense of that now. So my tip is a reminder to not take things for granted, perhaps, and just look for those messages. Look with new eyes at the things around us, the animals around us, nature around us, the messages of the universe around us, and to be open to those and to receive openly.
Beautiful. Thank you. What an important reminder. Yeah. And for those that want to connect further, learn more, how can they do that? How can they go deeper with you?
Well, my website is called heart2heartmarketing.com, and it's the number 2 instead of TO. And also my email is Betty Ann, BETTYANNE at heart2heartmarketing.com. I love to hear from people.
Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing and giving a way for people to go deeper. And then last week's show, I don't know if anyone noticed, but behind the scenes, I was so excited about the book and the energy of it. Aeriol was saying that she's just exploding with excitement behind the scenes, and I was feeling that, and I was having trouble grounding, which isn't normally a challenge for me. And so I was doing the breathing and behind the scenes, kind of digging my roots and going deeper. And halfway through the show, my cat, Alfie, comes up and he puts his paw on my knee, and I look down because normally he doesn't interrupt me during my show. That's nap time for him. So he comes and puts his paw on me, and I look at him, and he gives me a meaningful look, like, pay attention. It's okay. Take a breath. I'm with you. And then he went over to the windowsill, and I found I was grounded from that moment on, and I didn't even notice because I was so caught up in the show and that sort of thing. And so after, as I was talking with one of our guests, she goes, I bet that's the moment you found your roots and grounded again. He was supporting you. So, Betty Ann, that reminder to pay attention and to stay present and remember that connection and support we have, that this isn't a solo journey. We're all in this together, and our animal friends are a huge part of that. So I just wanted to give a shout out and a thank you to Alfie. And I want to thank all of you for leaning in, saying yes, being part of the show today. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Again, the book is launching on Tuesday, December 3rd. And as you get ready to go back out into the world, I want you to remember you are beautifully, powerfully, and wonderfully made on purpose for such a time as this. And the biggest gift you can give the world is more of you. So be willing to share the gift of you. Be willing and choose to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. We'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.